Hey guys, welcome to Checkpoint. I'm Rachel Halbert.
I'm Will Strickland.
And I'm Francisco Lozano.
On this new show, the three of us are going to be doing a bit of a roundtable discussion about a new game. Think of it kind of like a gaming book club. Today, we're going to be talking about our first impressions of Horizon Zero Dawn. Warning, this is a spoiler zone, so if you haven't got a chance to play the game or don't want the first couple of hours spoiled, hit pause and we'll come back whenever you're ready. So, looks like you got a little bit of notes here, Francisco.
I didn't take that many notes. I just wanted to know, I didn't want to confuse names because I confuse names all the time.
So why don't you give us like your first impressions of the game?
Okay, so my very first impression was, it's a little tribe you start off with, the Nora tribe. Women rule, man. It's all women hierarchy, matriarchs.
Yeah.
And then we also have goddesses. There's no gods in this one.
Right.
And we're gonna go into a spoiler now. You end up becoming a goddess, or at least considered a goddess to your tribe.
I've only played 5 hours. So
to an extent, not.
You're just called that. You don't get special powers, but you're considered.
Not really a goddess.
They call you a goddess.
You're
a seeker, but to them you're a goddess.
It's not really a spoiler because it doesn't make sense.
Okay, the reason why you're a goddess is because the mountain talked to you.
Yes.
Remember?
I understand that.
That is why she's
Will hasn't gotten as far as me and Francisco, so he might be ear muffing sometimes.
Only 5 hours.
5 hours, but
God.
he also hasn't gotten to the proving.
The proving, which is kind of it seems like that point kind of throws you into the story.
Oh,
fully.
it opens up the rest of the world,
Everything
which is
before
insanely huge.
Yeah, everything before that kind of seems I don't want to say like a tutorial, but kind of like it's kind of like easing you into what's going on there.
Yeah. So my take of the game in just the 5 hours I played, I was really excited for this game before it came out, and I actually didn't watch any gameplay or anything other than the E3 trailer just to try to go in as blind as possible.
Awesome.
The game is beautiful. The game looks like it does in the trailers, which is rare nowadays. It looks really, really good. The story is engrossing. I was immediately connected to Aloy, the protagonist that you play as, and the character that you introduced with Aloy. Gameplay is really fun so far. Combat is really fun. I can see that getting very in-depth. I can't wait for that. But right now, like I said, I'm at a pretty crucial part. I'm right about to get to it. So I have not made it that far, but what I have played, I am very satisfied with.
Yeah, no, have you, either one of you got to try out? I haven't, but I know a couple of friends who have tried out like the picture mode on there. Where you're supposed to be able to do, I think it's something about being able to do like landscapes and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like it just, this is one of the prettiest games I've seen in so long. Like it's like this came out and then like off the side of like Breath of the Wild came out, like two amazingly like gorgeous games.
Right.
Like
and both in their own respects. Yeah. Breath of the Wild has more of an artistic direction.
Almost watercolory.
Right. And Horizon is not necessarily realistic, but it's trying to have that more like
it feels like
immersive look.
Like I've seen some pictures that are just like it looks like it's a gorgeous picture some photographer took out in a canyon or
There's
something.
lots of earthy tones because it's a very earthy game. Lots of wilderness. Lots of
now talking
scavenging.
about the prettiness of it all. I love the robots. I love them so much.
Yes.
I love the design. You see the crab back there, the shell crab, which I still can't beat them without destroying that.
I've only got a glimpse of that one. I haven't really.
The little herds. Oh my God, they're a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
You just you hit one of them, you start having to run because then seekers come after you, and there's no bushes anywhere to hide. And you're just like, I want some ashwood. Oh, here's some medicine.
I'm gonna say earmuffs for Will, but once you get the thing that's like where you can control like stuff.
Oh yeah,
that is really fun.
The hacking, or what do they call it?
Each other. That's how I use it.
I like that you can do it for the horses. I forgot what they're called.
Oh my God. The herding ones.
The striders.
Striders.
Yeah. So later in the game, you can ride a strider. The only thing is, there's like no strider herds out in the open world.
Yeah, you have to be like in the mother, mother's heart.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only place you can really find them, at least right now where I'm at.
Yeah.
And it sucks because otherwise then you have to walk everywhere or use one of your fast travel bags, and they're so hard to find.
Right.
And they're so expensive
Right.
at the shops.
Have you tried to fast travel yet?
That
have
is
you
an
got to the
interesting
mechanic?
To
The-
fast
yeah.
travel, you have to have an item, and use that item. It's one time you use it to fast travel to a campfire. Campfires are kind of like your locations on the map. So once you use it, unless you have more fast travel packs, you can't fast travel. So it's an interesting mechanic. It hasn't gotten annoying yet. I haven't
Yeah.
had to travel that far, but I can see that getting kind of annoying.
Ooh,
I do
it's
think
something.
it is an interesting way to kind of make people like get into the game and like see all these places because
Right.
like for
Make
me
them
like
walk.
if I could just fast travel everywhere I probably wouldn't walk as much. I probably wouldn't encounter all the like all the quests the side quests
Yeah,
that come up.
yeah.
You'd probably be less likely to encounter them. Also, something I found interesting about it, I don't know if either one of you tried, but I traveled, I don't know if it's like a glitch or something, but I ended up traveling to a campfire that I haven't ever been to before. So I don't know if that's something that like you can
Weird.
do.
I would imagine that was
Or-
not intentional.
I'm
I've
sure
seen a
it
couple
was. Maybe
There's been a couple glitches with me too.
so that might be a thing. I don't know if I just got lucky, but I was just like, for some reason, I was like, oh, I haven't. So that was cool.
I do want to go back to something that Francisco touched on at the beginning, talking about the tribal aspect of the
Yeah.
game. You start off, you are an outcast of the Nora tribe. So there's this tribe, and you and essentially your guardian are outcasts. And you begin, I guess, spoiler for right off the bat, you play as a young Aloy, as like 8, 9, 10 years old.
I think you're 6.
She's
Six, even younger.
Yeah.
She's very strong for a 6-year-old. But I thought that was a really cool choice to play as a child because that really showed what being an outcast like that, really how that affected her for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really cool mechanic. And the cutscene where she transitions in age,
Yeah.
that was just a cool
That
special
was
effect.
fun when she does a little jump and then,
Yeah.
whoa, what happened?
Oh.
My have the years gone by.
That's the girl on the cover.
I think it gave me a really interesting insight into this character that we have to play.
Yeah.
Well, it's a game where you have a set protagonist. Like it's not like one where you can make your own or anything like that. But I think it's really interesting because like you got to, like you said, you got to see her like as she grew.
Right.
So you got to see kind of like how she was and how she grew up to be. And like, I don't know if the choices you made with some of your responses to things had anything to do with that. Like,
Definitely. To me,
Yeah.
To
I
you?
connected with her so much with this little backstory. I was like, oh, I think she would be assertive here. I think she would be passionate here.
Interesting.
I think she would. I'm
Okay.
I've taken totally different routes on
Really?
the few decisions I've had to make.
I took like the middle
totally different
one,
choices.
like
The middle-
the,
the
like,
brain
the
one?
brain one.
Clever one.
Yeah, like that's how I am in a lot of games. I'm always like snark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I'm not going to get the achievement for
Right.
choosing one, but I think I'd rather have it tailored to what my
Oh yeah, no,
experience.
Yeah.
I don't do all of them. Just like that, most of the time that happens to be the most
The one you
likely thing.
wanted,
yeah.
I think I did like a heart one once or whatever. Whenever I was with Roost, after stuff happens that I'm not going to talk about.
I did the opposite of heart. I did the.
Oh, that choice.
That was so. He did
Oh.
the choice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is a part
I was talking
where
about a
you say
different part.
goodbye to your.
I guess
your
spoiler.
Once again, this
We
is,
already
this is-
said there were spoilers, okay?
We're also not going to hit the table anymore. But once again, we said this is spoilers. So if you're like, oh my God, they're spoiling it, you kind of missed the beginning. So.
I mean,
Gosh,
Yeah.
dang it, they're spoiling.
they
it.
skipped ahead. They're like, oh, I'm just gonna skip ahead, and then boom, right in the middle of a spoiler. It's like a landmine.
Yeah.
I'm glad there's no landmines in this game. That'd be a pain in the butt.
I mean, we don't know. We
Right.
haven't, like, it could be
I
like,
haven't
with this kind of stuff that's
encountered
going
one.
on. Like, it's a possibility. I can see, like, there's like the possibility of like, because there's like the old world technology, which is like modern, what we would consider modern technology, mixed in with like the bows and arrows and that kind of thing.
The tribal
So
aspect
like,
of work.
I think it's very possible that we can see. I know in some aspects we've seen a little bit of things that have to do with like explosives and like gun weapons.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've gotten there yet or not.
I only have the tripcaster right
yes,
now.
The
but there's
tripcaster.
Cool.
if you as you get later on, there's actually like heavy weapons.
I've seen in the game when you're trying
Yeah.
to, there's a level up, there's a skill
Yes,
tree.
that has
And each perk has like a
Oh, the
little
little
clip that
picture.
shows you what it is. And I've seen her with like,
yeah.
Those things
Big
are
weapon.
That comes into play. So I would not be surprised at all if we happen to see like landmines and that kind of
Right.
thing. And I want to see how that interacts with like all the tech dinosaurs. Like, are they going to be able to sense that? And like, I'm assuming your focus would be able to like guide you around that. So I wonder how that would work out.
Yeah, that's another thing. Part of the storytelling, part of the dialogue. There's the decision-making aspect, but there's also the dialogue options. So in all the conversations, you have a few options of how to progress. And to me, what I was telling Francisco was, it seems like what Fallout 4's dialogue system was trying to be. Yeah. It seems a lot more intuitive and a lot more in-depth. And you get to these decisions, you can either make the angry, assertive decision, you can make the, I guess, the pacifist, peaceful decision in a way, or there's in between what Rachel was saying, like the clever one. What's the clever way out of the situation? And so far, the few decisions I've had have been really entertaining. And I've chosen a different option each time based on the situation.
Yeah.
And the fact that the game's making me not just always be good, always be bad, like I care enough to analyze each situation, I think that's really good storytelling in itself.
I don't know how much you guys have played the Dragon Age series.
None.
It's one of my favorite series, but the way they do their, please play it, it's great. But the way they do their dialogue trees really reminds me of that, because like when I'm playing those games, their dialogue trees are so pertinent to like how I feel I'm acting in the story. And like I got a really big like Dragon Age choice tree, dialogue tree a feel from Horizon. Like it was very much like these decisions feel like they matter and they're important to me. Like just how like there it was like I feel like these are very important to how my character is going to act. And I feel like the same thing kind of applies with this.
And something else, Francisco, we talked about this a little bit too. This game gave me a very Skyrim vibe. Not just the landscapes, because at least the beginning area, I haven't left the beginning area. You're in kind of a snowy, mountainous region. But not only the landscape, the music, like the traditional music that people are playing around the town.
You're walking around and it's so alive.
Yeah.
Everything is.
I think they're doing a great job with
are, like,
world
spitting.
building. Yeah, like you feel like you are in this tribe. You're in the world. And that's always really fun to be part of.
Okay. And then we've talked about how great the game is. I think we should go into a little bit about any problems we had. Because I had a little problem.
Okay.
I found the biggest problem I've had so far is a gameplay thing. It has some Assassin's Creed elements to it, so you can climb certain rock faces if they have like a little yellow trim. You know, there's always that little. But once you get up there, it's really just rotating that joystick until your character jumps somewhere. Because you can't see. Sometimes the ledge is literally outside of your view frame, and you can't tilt the screen up. So you just have to rotate the joystick, and she'll jump. And sometimes the way their game system is set up is sometimes you can drop from a ledge to where you think you're supposed to go, and it's not. You're supposed to jump upwards, and now you have to jump off the cliff or reload your last save. And that kills it just a little bit for me because it's frustrating because I'm scared, am I going to fall off? Because that isn't really a ledge.
Yeah. I've never had an issue where I've actually fallen. I do get what you're saying where that does get really frustrating. It reminds me kind of like the newer Uncharted game, kind of how they did they did the mechanic very similar. But yeah, it's very much like it's okay going up, but I do have a few parts where it's like, okay, I'm going to go back now and come back up, and then maybe it'll work.
My biggest complaint thus far is very, very minor. In the in-game cutscenes and the dialogue, not the pre-rendered cutscenes, the facial animations, the mouth is kind of.
Are you talking about her? Because
bad.
I don't like her animation at all.
It's kind of.
Aloy.
She looks very.
Her cheeks don't move.
Right. They all look very plasticky. Like.
Well, it's that uncanny valley.
Her eyes look great.
Maybe it is. Maybe it's so good.
We have yet to get to the point where it looks natural.
I want to know, was this face capture or did they do it by because it didn't look like face capture because none of this was everybody else looked a lot more animated than she did.
Yeah. Well, no, let's get some final. Do you think it's worth it? In your opinion, do you think the game is worth it?
I got like 3 words for you guys. Robot fucking dinosaurs. I mean, oh my God, I've been waiting for a game like this since I was, a child? I love it. And aside from all the little problems I had with it, it is amazing. I love it so much. I'm going to go home and play a lot more about it.
I've got 2 words. Robot dinosaurs. Good game. Worth it.
Really?
Robot
That's it? That's it? So
Robot dinosaurs.
you're the medium
That's
here?
what we have to say. Robot Dinosaurs, we all think it's worth it. We all have
Very
actually
fun.
really
Very
loved
fun.
this game. And I think that's all we have time for today. We want you to know, we want you guys to know what you guys think
Look
about
at it.
Horizon Zero Dawn. But most importantly, what do you guys think about this new show? Let us know in the comments down below. Remember to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel to see more episodes of Checkpoint and our other weekly news show, Glitched. You can like our page at facebook.com/glitch.news. And with that, our checkpoint has been reached. Thanks for watching.